Underwood had a bunch of quotes at Illinois Media Day. We got 5 different Illinois-based videos on the channel this morning. It's Illinois Media Day on the Sleepers Media channel today, and I feel right at home. I love Illinois basketball, and there's a lot to talk about today. Okay, so this comes from Kyle Tosk. Shout out to Kyle, who was covering Media Day here, and he has a Brad Underwood quote for us about this team's tempo and how they want to play offensively. This is what Brad Underwood said, quote, I think one of the problems we had last year was we didn't play fast enough. KJ and Will weren't as comfortable doing that. Mihailo adds something we haven't had in a long time. He's just a jet. End quote. I buy that Mihailo is really fast. Petrovic is that's the scout on Petrovic. We didn't play fast enough last year. KJ and Will weren't comfortable doing that. Do you like this vision for going forward? And does this make sense to you? Because they played pretty fast last year.
So I have like two thoughts on it. One, I think they were incredibly fast last year already. So I don't know how much faster the tempo is going to be. Fast and composed this year would be how I would describe it. Like if you're the seven, if you match the tempo that KJ and Will played with, but you minimize the turnovers because you're composed, you're under control because of Petrovic's veteran leadership, I can buy into that. I don't know how much faster you get than this. What did you say they were? The 17th fastest tempo in the country last year?
Yeah, so let's just fact check Coach Underwood for just a moment, because like the idea that last year's team didn't play fast enough breaks my brain. I thought part of their issues was playing too fast, and yeah, the tempo last year for Illinois basketball, 17th in the country. That's elite, and I'll fact check this while we're here. I think that was the fastest tempo in the Big Ten last year. Sorting it. Yeah, they were by far the fastest team in the Big Ten last year. 17th nationally in tempo. It's crazy. By the way, that is by far the fastest team Underwood has ever coached. The closest team in tempo nationally that he's ever coached was 58th in tempo, and that was the Terrence Shannon Jr. team. So, or actually, no, that was the year before Terrence Shannon. I think that was who was on that team. Was that Kofi's last year? No, it was the first Terrence Shannon team. Shannon, Matthew Meyer, Coleman, all those guys. So he's never had a team top 50 in tempo until last year with Kasparis and Will Riley. And now he's coming out of that year saying, yeah, we weren't fast enough. We haven't been able to play as fast with KJ and Will. KJ and Will played the fastest a Brad Underwood team has ever played. So I'm confused on where he's at with that mentally, you know?
Yeah, I don't understand where the tempo aspect's coming from. I do buy that they played too fast last year because Will Riley and KJ weren't prepared to play like fast enough under the notion of like what was Illinois' biggest issue is like they might have been the 17th ranked tempo, but it felt like they were being sped up. Like I think there's a difference between playing fast because you want to play fast and playing fast because the other team's forcing you to play fast because they know like you're gonna make mistakes.
That's a great point. I mean, on that note, I would buy last year's team would have been better if you played your typical tempo.
Right.
Like the tempo throughout Brad Underwood's history has been like 50th on a fast team. Make KJ and Will do that, and they probably that's better suited for their games.
Right.
So if he's saying like it wasn't good for KJ and Will to play that fast, I agree. It was just out of nowhere that you played that fast, and it felt like it was the direction of like we're gonna play faster than ever. To me, that's like the coaching miss last year. So I don't know. I take this quote to be like we're gonna get back to how fast we want to play. You've never played faster than last year. There is no like getting back. We haven't had this in a long time. You've never had it ever. So Io was really fast. He still didn't lead a team that played faster than KJ and Will. Here's the second part of this quote that confuses me, Dion. So didn't we just do a video about how they're planning to play the Avicic twins together a lot? We did, right? Like that's being said.
Yes, they're planning to play the two biggest, slowest guys on the roster together,
A lot.
while also being the fastest team in the history of the sport, potentially.
Dion, how's your job going?
Beginning of the school year, everything's like a little up and down. One of the biggest issues we've had is we can't find any uniforms for our girls' sports teams.
Mm, that's a difficult thing to find a solution for. I know damn well all about that because I got a daughter that just turned 2. She's into sports and she's already outgrowing every little piece of sports apparel she had. Thankfully, I know Clara Kate Creations. Clara Kate Creations was started by a former high school teacher who quit because it wasn't cost effective to send new twins and a 2-year-old to daycare. She found it easier to make girls' sports apparel than finding it to buy. And I am so thankful that she exists because if we have an old shirt of Murph's that she's outgrown, we can send it in and she takes that piece of apparel that means something and upcycles it into an outfit that Murphy can now wear as she grows up. She makes great stuff. It's honestly kind of like your fullback's wife, Kyle Juszczyk. Is that how you say it? She does that. But honestly, I think Clara Kate's coming for Mrs. Juszczyk's job.
I love that. I'm a big Juice guy. Love his wife. Love Claire Kate even more than both of them, though.
You can send in your own custom ideas and she will come up with a design. She's just the best. Look up Clara Kate Creations on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and more. So this leads me to this is the last Illinois video we're doing. I've made it this far. Honestly, I think I deserve like a back rub and a round of applause. So this is my overarching issue with everything I heard from Illinois yesterday. I don't think they have a clue what they want to be this year. And I've joked about it in this offseason leading up to this, where the identity of this program is lacking in identity. The strongest strength of Brad Underwood's tenure has been adapting and figuring it out on the fly and changing. One year, Illinois looks nothing like they will the next year. That's the beauty and the dark twisted fantasy that is Illinois basketball. Um, Here are a bunch of different things that I've simultaneously heard from Illinois in the last 24 hours that just have me confused. We're all about retention, but our 3-star freshman is Kasparis and Will Riley level good. So you're all about retention, but our 3 stars one and done good. Wouldn't be saying that if we're all about retention. I'd be focused on 3 or 4 years of Keaton Wagler. Kasparis and Will couldn't play fast. But this year's team with Tomislav and Zvonimir together will be great at it. No way. No way will the Twin Towers, who are a big part of what you're putting together, going to play comfortably faster than Will Riley and Kasparis did. That makes no sense. Reminder, Benham Rickhouse a couple weeks ago was the most improved player on the team this summer. He gained 20 pounds. But yeah, we're really looking at Big Z at the 4. He's going to play a big role. Which one is it? Is Rickhouse the breakout guy, or are you going the other one? Like simultaneously with all of that, Andre hasn't practiced in a month, and there's chemistry issues. But he's the best defender on the team. But he hasn't played in a month, and we're worried about the chemistry. Like, even yesterday, dude, Illinois basketball put out a video of Kylan. It was like a 5-minute story, like behind the scenes look at Kylan's journey. And there's a moment in it, like 30 seconds in, where they're framing it all as this. And Kylan says this: I don't want to be remembered as the guy that transferred. Dude, you are the guy that transferred. Like the story of your career is the guy that left Arizona for Illinois. And I get he's a Champaign kid born and raised, but it's like not even on the smallest individual levels does Illinois have any clue like who they are. Down to every single guy on the team. And it just leaves me confused. Point blank, it just leaves me confused. I know there's talent on this team. I have no idea how they want to play. I guess they want to play fast, but they also want to play 2 7-footers that are slow as shit. So I guess they're focused on being really disruptive defensively, but I guess their best defender isn't active. And again, 2 7-footers aren't going to be disruptive defensively. So we'll wait and see. We'll wait and see. But if the pitch is that this year's team is supposed to be faster than last year's because Kasparis couldn't handle it, the numbers don't back that up, and the personnel on this team don't back that up.
I think I think you hit the nail on the head. Illinois doesn't know what their identity is. And I'm gonna provide Illinois fans some relief because I don't know what it is about this team, but I can't wrap my head around like disliking them. I love this team for some reason, and I don't know why. The reason Illinois doesn't have an identity is they what practice together for maybe like 6 days, like total.
Possibly less. I mean, they have not had Mihailo the entire first half of the summer. They have not had Andre the entire second half of the summer. They have not had Ty Rodgers and will not have Ty Rodgers the whole year, it sounds like. So,
Right.
yeah.
And it's not like they're like if Purdue doesn't practice together all summer, they still know what their identity is because they return their best three players, right? Like this team is basically it's Big T, Kylan, and a bunch of new guys, and Humrizzi, of course. So I feel like the problem is like no coach in America could know what to do with this roster if they don't practice together necessarily. So you're going based upon like what Petrovic did in Europe. You're going based upon how Andre played at Stanford and Cal. You're going based upon what Mirkovic did in Europe. You're hoping Big Z is different than what he was at Kentucky and Arkansas. You're hoping Big T replicates what he did last year, so on and so forth. But it's all based upon what they did, not together. So I do believe like they're super confused. I don't think they have an identity. But my only solace to Illinois fans was I would be like I don't think anybody could provide this team an identity because they have no idea who they are yet either. And once that ball tips and once they're able to be on the court together, I think Brad will be able to find them an identity. The problem is it going to be too late? And that would, if I had one fear as an Illinois fan, it's is it going to be too late before by the time we figure out what we're supposed to do with this roster? Then are we setting ourselves up to be like a 6 to 8 seed? And once you hit that 6 to 8 seed mark, it's really hard to make a second weekend sometimes.
Yeah, I completely agree. I completely agree. We'll see where this team goes. We'll see what they become, but I am curious to say the least.